So one thing I would like to do now is that, for example, if I would like to have all the empty years with respect to a certain time frame, yeah, then it's possible to do it as follows. Between, you can just use between, yeah, and then you can say, for example, let's say yeah, if I do that, and I execute it, yeah, where higher date between and, yeah, that's the way how to do it. So now you have a condition where something is a bit within a certain date range, yeah. That's between. Okay. And so in order to do not stick with dates now, so that all of you are able to execute it, I will do the following. So what you see here, yeah, this is a so-called atomic condition. And for example, I can say org unit equals 1, yeah. So to have an example without dates, yeah. This here, that's a condition, org unit equals 1, and that's a so-called atomic condition because it's an expression on the left-hand side, there is a comparison operator, and there is an expression on the right-hand side, and these things are compared with each other. And if we have an atomic condition, of course, you immediately assume that there might also be non-atomic conditions. And of course, they are there, and they are called compound conditions. And compound conditions consist of subconditions. And let's assume I would like to have all of org unit 1, yeah, and salary is greater than 90,000. Yeah, if I have this compound condition, then I only get Miller. Beforehand, I have two records. I have had two records, yeah, and now I have only this one record that satisfies both of the conditions here. Yeah, that's a compound condition. So the next thing I would like to show to you is, or are there any questions to that? The next thing I would like to show you is how dealing with null values. And you see there are some records, some employees that don't have a bonus. And if we would like to filter them out, yeah, we could say where, yeah, not bonus. Let's first do the following. Let's try to figure out all those that don't have a bonus. So you might do it as follows. You would say bonus equals null. Yeah, that might come to your mind. And if I execute it, you see I get the query has been executed, but I get an empty result set. But that is not what is expected. And the point is, null is handled in a specific way. You cannot compare any value with null value, because null means I don't know. And if you compare something with I don't know, then you don't know, and therefore you get an empty result set. And in order to do what you want, namely to find out all those records that have a null value, you must to write down is null. That's a predicate that is used here, yeah, as is here is null, yeah. So now we have all those, and let's put the bonus column here in, yeah, in order to see that. Yeah, we see we get all those that have a null value here. That's important to remember, is null.
Professor, I have a question.
Yeah.
So in this case, there was no entry for the bonus part, so that is the reason we have made use of this keyword null. But just in case if there is a 0, then if we make use of this keyword null, will it detect or not?
Yeah, that's the next thing I wanted to do is, if I want to show all those that have a bonus, yeah, then you can use the logical operation not. Yeah, you see it?
That's okay, Professor. But the question was like, just in case, if instead of like here in this case, there was nothing mentioned in this bonus column, and for example, if it was 0 in front of every row, so if we make use of the same keyword that is null, will it detect the same?
No. The number 0 or the empty string, it's completely different to null. These are different things. You cannot match them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Null doesn't mean 0 and doesn't mean the empty string. Null means there is nothing, and that actually is different. SQL is quite picky on that. Yeah, it distinguishes between these two different things, and that is something that you have to keep in mind.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a special character of nulls, and that has even a more serious effect. It's just not within conditions, but also it has something to do with, it also has an effect on calculations. So let's assume I would like to do the following. I would like to do to add up things. So if one has a salary of 100,000 and the bonus of 4,000, I would like to have a calculated column that's called total, and that should be 104,000. Yeah. And if I have 80,000 and no bonus, I would like to have 80,000, and so on. If I have 60,000, and 3,000 bonus, I would like to have 63,000 in the result. Yeah. So that's a calculation. Yeah. So let's remove that here. So I would like to do some kind of calculation, and I would simply do the following. I would say salary plus bonus, yeah, as total. So let's execute it. And the outcome is not as we would like to have it. So let's first put it in the chat here. So if you take a look at the total column. So for the first record, everything is fine. But for the second record, we take the salary and we add a bonus. And we would like to see the 80,000 here, but not a null value. Yeah, that is our expectation that we would like to have, yeah. But we see a null value here. And the reason is that it's the same as with the conditions, that's the special nature of nulls. And the explanation is that if I add something that I don't know to some other amount, then I don't know about the resulting amount. I do not know what is the outcome. And that's the logic behind nulls. If I add something I don't know to something else, or I subtract or multiply or whatever, it gets null. So
Professor, also, what is the character type of null here?
so null is null. That's not a string. There is no character type. It's just within the tool you write the string null, yeah, for null, but it's kept completely different.
Okay, so we cannot add it to probably the number character.
Yeah, so it's not directly possible.
Okay.
But we will see a solution how to do it immediately. But before doing that, I would like to draw your attention. A direct calculation with nulls is not possible. Why? Why is that the case? Let's assume a different thing. Let's assume we would like to. We are not going to do it now, but let's assume we would like to calculate the average bonus. Yeah. And now what is the expectation? Actually, the expectation is take all those bonus column, bonus rows here, this one, that one, that one, that one. So we have four bonus values, add them up, divide them by 4. Yeah. And that's the behavior. Null columns are not considered here, and that makes sense. If I would regard null as the value 0, then I would get a completely different average. Yeah, therefore, the general behavior is nulls are not regarded in such kind of computations, and I add them directly, I will get nulls. And if I averaging a set of values, only those are part of the average that have not null. Yeah, so that behavior makes sense. Yeah, but nevertheless, we would like to see here 80,000 and 65,000 and so on. And now we encounter a further concept. We employ an additional concept that SQL provides, namely conditional expressions. So let me show you what that is. So I do the following. And now I write it first, yeah, and then we will see what I have done. So let's see if everything is fine. That looks okay. So now we have it. You see no nulls here anymore. And let's see what happened. So we have this case here. That's a conditional computation or a conditional expression. And the outcome of the overall expression is the outcome of that condition, or of that expression where the condition is true. So for example, if I take the first row here, the bonus is not null, therefore the else part is used and the bonus value is taken 4000. If I take Sanchez here, in that record, bonus is null, is null, then I just I just calculate the value 0 for it. And that's the expected behavior that we would like to have. Yeah. And this thing is called a conditional expression, and that's a very powerful thing. Yeah.
Sir, previously here you gave one condition for bonus, but previously in the earlier start of the lecture, you haven't specified certain condition for null, but automatically it showed null as 0. If you remember in the chart of the bonus. So what is the difference here? Why we need to give certain condition only here while adding?
Which chart or which thing do you mean?
If I want if Miller is having bonus 0, then if I specify Miller as null, then it was coming 0. Even we didn't specify any even we didn't give any condition or any specific condition to that, it was coming as 0.
No, it was coming at 4000, at 104,000. So let's do that again. So I take it here, my previous thing again, yeah. So that was the one here, yeah. You see, it's not taken as 0; it's taken as 4000.
Okay, sir, if I want those particular person with having bonus 0, then what should I do? Can you give one example? Someone with bonus 0.
Here is no person with bonus 0 in, as you see. We don't have any example now. So
Okay.
cannot. So your question was what would happen if Sanchez has a 0 here in the bonus?
Yes, exactly. In the database itself.
Yeah.
In the chart itself.
Then Sanchez would have a value here.
Okay.
Then it would be
Fine.
the 80,000.
And in that case, if I want Sanchez with bonus 0, then
Yeah.
I don't need to specify bonus is null is equal to 0, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It will automatically come as 0.
Yeah.
That's coming. Okay.
Yeah. But for example, if you calculate averages of bonuses, this 0 would also be taken into account, and that might not be what you would like to have. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit a matter of taste, how you represent your data. It depends on what you would like to do. Yeah. If you could also have the strategy not to put any 0 value in the not nulls in that column, but all those that don't have a 0 that don't have a bonus, to give them a 0. Yeah, that would of course would be possible then, but you have to take care for that. For example, if you average things.
Okay. Fine. Got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So in some sense, it's a design decision.
Professor, something is not clear to me. Could you please explain? For example, in the below case, in the bonus column, if there is a null, then according to the codes which you have written above, then it should reflect 0. Now 0 is an integer. Now if we add this 0 with the salary, then the output should be an integer. But here the output is null. Why is it?
Yeah, because as soon as there is no value within a column, it doesn't matter which data type it has, the output is null. So it doesn't change.
So you mean to say that, yeah.
It doesn't change the data type of the column within the database table itself. It's just within the output.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any further questions on that? So then I would say, how late do we have it? Okay. Then I would show you one trick, let's say, or one thing that often is done when presenting data, namely to present data in a more coarse-grained manner. So let's explain what I mean by that. So let's assume you are preparing some kind of report for high-level management. And in that report, for the high-level management, it's not the concrete salary is not the detailed value of the salary is not so much of an importance, but more or less the salary band or the range that salary belongs to. Yeah. So what might be expected, yeah, in that presentation is to have a salary column where you don't see the concrete values, but you see values like here's little, mid, or large. Yeah, for example, somebody has a large salary and a small salary, and let's start with make it even a very coarse grained. Just we distinguish between small and large salaries. Let's assume, yeah. That often is the case if you have data within your database that is a very detailed nature, and you would like to present it in a more abstract and more condensed way. You change the representation, and that is something that could also be done. With the case statement. So let's assume we don't want to have this, and bonus is not important at the moment. Yeah, we just want to have a coarse-grained presentation of salaries. Then we can do the following. We can say when and then we can say, for example, when a salary is greater than, and let's assume greater than 60,000, then let's call it A or so, yeah. Then it's should be salary A, else output B. So let's see what happens if I do that way here. Yeah, you see a complete different representation here. And let's also order by, yeah, order by salary, yeah. Yeah, now that's much more condensed version, yeah, of the information, and that is something where you also can use these conditional expressions. And actually, this salary column here, this is just something in the output. It's nothing that is within the table itself. It's just has been derived, and it's of type string, as you see, even though the salary column itself was an integer. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just some kind of calculation that we are doing here. Yeah. Okay, so at last thing for today, let's do a little quiz. So please, before, are there any questions with respect to that here before I go ahead?
Professor, how do we see a salary range? For example, if I want to see whosoever is getting a salary between 40,000 and 60,000, like, can we include and when salary is greater than 60,000 and less and
You want-
greater than,
I understand. Yeah, thank you
I
very
mean,
much.
for a range, yeah.
Yeah. So we would, if you would like to have A, B, and C, yeah, three ranges.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then we can do it as follows. We can just say, and to answer your question, then if we say salary, yeah, and then we simply say if salary is greater than, let's say, 40,000, yeah, then B, and else C, yeah. And the point is, this case expression here is operated on in a sequential manner. That means take the first condition. If it holds, then that's the result. If the first condition doesn't hold, check the second one. If that holds, then output that. And if nothing holds, then put in deliver as a result that is behind after the else.